You see it everywhere in the world of weight loss. This idea that if you just add a scoop of some magic powder to your shake, the fat is basically going to melt away. But, is protein powder a miracle worker or is it just really, really good marketing? Today, we're going to separate the actual science from the sales pitch.
I mean, come on. You've scrolled past ads like this 1,000 times, right? They're always promising these incredible, life-changing results just by adding a simple scoop of powder to your day. It honestly sounds way too good to be true. And that really is the billion-dollar question. Does chugging a protein shake somehow unlock a secret fat-burning code in your body? Or is there something else going on entirely? Let's actually get to the bottom of it.
So here's the simple truth, the main takeaway. Protein powder can absolutely help with weight loss, but it is not a magic potion. The best way to think about it is like a hammer in a toolbox. A hammer is an amazing tool for building a house, right? But it can't build the house for you. And that's what we're going to do today, show you exactly how to use this tool the right way.
Okay, so before we even dive into what protein can do, we have to talk about the one single unbreakable law of weight loss. It's the one thing that no supplement on earth can ever get around. And that law is the calorie deficit. You can think of it like a simple budget. If you want to lose weight, you just have to spend more energy or calories than you take in. That's it. Protein powder doesn't give you a free pass. It's simply a tool that can make sticking to that budget feel a whole lot easier.
So if it's not some kind of magic loophole, why is everyone so obsessed with protein? Well, it turns out it has some pretty unique superpowers when it comes to changing how your body looks and feels. And this is where protein really starts to shine. First off, it helps you hang on to your muscle when you're dieting, and muscle is basically your body's calorie-burning engine. Second, it is incredibly filling. It just crushes hunger. Third, and this part is fascinating, your body actually burns a ton of calories, up to 30%, just digesting protein itself. That's called the thermic effect. And finally, it helps keep your blood sugar from spiking and crashing, which is what causes those intense cravings. It's like a four-pronged attack on fat loss.
Let's make this super practical. Imagine you have a muffin and some juice for breakfast. What happens? By 10:30 in the morning, you're probably starving and already hunting for a snack. Now, compare that to having a protein shake instead. It keeps you feeling full, feeling satisfied, all the way to lunch. It's the same person, just a different breakfast, but the outcome for your hunger and your cravings is completely different. That right there is the power of satiety. Okay, so you're sold. Protein is important. But then you walk into a supplement store and you're just hit with this massive wall of tubs and powders. Whey, casein, pea, soy. What on earth is the difference? Let's break it all down.
This little chart makes it super simple. So whey is like the sprinter. It digests really fast, which makes it perfect for right after a workout to kickstart muscle repair. Casein, on the other hand, is the marathon runner. It digests really slowly, over hours, which makes it awesome for keeping you full for a long time, say before bed. And then you have your plant-based proteins from things like peas or soy. They're fantastic options if you can't do dairy, and their digestion speeds can vary. And of course, this is the question on everyone's mind. You see all the slick marketing and you start to think, okay, one of these has to have some secret fat-burning edge over the others, right? But here is the real answer, and honestly, it's way simpler than you think. The best protein for you is the one that fits your budget, tastes good enough that you'll actually drink it, and doesn't mess with your stomach. That's it. Being consistent is so much more important than finding the perfect protein. All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. We've picked out our tool. Now we need the instruction manual, because if we use it wrong, we can accidentally start working against our own goals. Let's just tackle the biggest myth right out of the gate. We've all seen it online. The ultimate shake for melting belly fat. Is there any truth to that at all? And here is your simple, direct, and completely honest answer. No. No supplement, no food, no special exercise can magically target fat from one specific part of your body. The scientific term for this idea is spot reduction, and it has been proven to be a myth over and over and over again. Your body loses fat from all over in a pattern that's basically decided by your genetics. So a protein shake helps you lose overall body fat, and eventually that will include your belly. Now this is probably the single most critical mistake that people make. They keep eating everything they normally would, and then they just add a 150-calorie shake on top of it all. That is not a recipe for weight loss. That's a recipe for weight gain. The key, the whole trick, is to use the shake to replace something else.
like a sugary afternoon snack or a breakfast that's all carbs. So here's your action plan. It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, figure out your daily protein goal. A really good target for weight loss is somewhere between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein for every kilogram you weigh. Step 2, focus on real food first. Track what you're eating and try to get as close to that goal as you can with things like chicken, fish, eggs, and beans. And then step 3, use the powder to fill in the gap. If you track your day and you're, say, 30 grams short, that's when you have a scoop. It's a supplement to your diet, not the main event. All right, let's zoom out for a second and put this whole protein powder tool back where it belongs, in the context of the much bigger picture of your health and your weight. And really, this quote says it all. A shake is super convenient for sure, but it doesn't have the fiber, the vitamins, the minerals, all the good stuff you get from a plate of actual food. Whole foods have to be the cornerstone of a healthy diet, period. So you always have to remember, the protein shake is just one small gear in a much, much bigger machine. Without that calorie deficit, without a diet that's mostly whole foods, and without some kind of regular physical activity, that little gear just spins and spins but doesn't actually move you forward. All the pieces have to be working together. And that really leads us to the final question, the one you need to ask yourself. Is your protein shake a helpful tool that you're using strategically? Or has it become a crutch that's actually stopping you from building better, healthier habits? Be honest with yourself, because your answer will tell you everything you need to know about where you are on your journey. Thanks for joining me.